August 7. I'm fleeing from a handball crimi. So, how about you stick around for a moment with me? Grab a coffee and let's get a little bit smarter together. Did you watch the final of a pole vault competition at the Olympic Games? The very last moments when Mondo Duplantis set a new world record by crossing a bar lying at 6 meters and 25 centimeters? Twice before he tried and the bar fell. But third time was the charm, right? In a many world scenario, a universe now exists in which Mondo Duplantis listened to the national anthem of Sweden the next day, a gold medal hanging heavy around his neck, without having broken his own world record. Let's look at this idea and speculate a little. First though, the science. This is basically a Schrödinger's cat scenario, with Mondo being Schrödinger, the bar being the cat. I know it would be much more fun if it were the other way around, but here we go. And the stadium being the environment, the box and everything, and the cat scenario. As Mondo approaches the bar, there's a chance that it stays up or falls. Here's where the attempt to break the world record differs from the cat scenario. It's Mondo Duplantis. There's not just a 50-50 chance of success. It's much higher. But there's also a chance, as small as it may be, of failure. As long as Mondo's body passes over the bar, either possibility can realize. And in the multi-world interpretation of the quantum universe, first proposed by Hugh Everett, they do. How? It's best understood when you detach yourself a little from the model of the world your mind offers you, the reality you perceive. This model is geared towards optimizing the chance for interaction between us and other patterns. Remember, all material things seek both their lowest energy state and to be in an equilibrium with their surroundings. This requires patterns like us, humans, to bond into ever bigger patterns. In the first place, this means patterns must meet. You can't bond without meeting. What happens once the interaction took place doesn't need to drain our scarce resources. It's not important anymore because the interaction happened. We made it happen. So think of Mondo Duplantis and the bar as energy patterns. They get entangled, what puts them into a superposition. Both of them as well as their environment. Everyone is there. No one is an observer. Everyone is involved in the same wave function. Superposition means two or more, if there are more, possibilities can happen. I mean, a ball can fall or can stay up. There are not many more possibilities. The superposition breaks up, and so do the energy patterns, into parts that match the probability any of the possibilities that could happen. Those parts live on in separate worlds. The Mondo who broke the world record doesn't realize that a Mondo now exists who didn't break the world record, nor do we in the environment, because we constantly generate new models of the world in our mind and separate a part that we call self. While everything changes, our mind creates the mirage of continuation, not leaving room for any notion that for a part that had been a part of what we understood as ourself just seconds before, the other possibility has realized. This goes back to the point that we don't live in the reality of a physical universe, but in a model that we generate ourselves to ensure interaction and thus allowing the material things joined in the pattern that we are to achieve their main goals. Everything else doesn't matter afterwards. This brings me nicely to the speculative part. The rest wasn't yet speculation, that's real science. As I want to look at superposition and the solution with a breakup into what we describe with a metaphor of different worlds, with that main goals of all things, material things in mind. Let's state these goals again, because they are so important. All material things seek both their lowest energy state and to be in an equilibrium with their surroundings. These goals can only be achieved step by step via pattern shaping, because, the material things will never be capable of processing all the data at once that is needed to figure out that whether or not they are in an equilibrium with the whole of their surroundings. So, step by step, always enlarging their capabilities by pattern shaping. A pattern that works toward the goal is a pattern in which the energy state of all material things within it at least remains even, but with some lowering their energy state. Because only energy that is released allows the pattern to store and process more information than the material things before they were merged into the pattern could, allowing insight into the surroundings which is necessary to get in equilibrium. As I said, not every time material things and patterns made of them interact. When material things and patterns interact, a new working pattern will be the result. Or to make this more accurate, not every time material things and patterns made of them interact, one new working pattern will be the result. In this scenario, superposition would be the test phase, when everything comes together. The ideal result would be that the material things, patterns, in superposition have a mechanism to become one higher level pattern, when existed that pools the released energy to learn more about the pattern that they are now and its surroundings. More often than not, though, only parts of a material things patterns work out mechanisms to create new patterns. And the superposition breaks into these combinations, which then disentangle. It's possible that they get once more entangled, but the chances are neglectable. That's why we never realize that or meet our other self that has broken up, because the probability is so small it's neglectable. But we meet other people more than once, we and they are never the same pattern at that moment, and we have new energy and information to share and to reorganize between us. That's exploration. So explore. As an honest think. Make a habit out of thinking. Let's turn thinking into the norm again. So that the material things joined to make us can fulfill their goals. We, the material things inside us, want to fulfill these goals. We seek to do it. And that's exploration. So explore. Like, comment, share, and follow, lest you miss a single chance to improve yourself and society. Once you do, we'll meet again at the coffee pot.